program, a big announcement to all the people still trying to get inside.
Yeah,
and they're running now.
People are literally running down the street trying to get in there in time to catch this. They had the opportunity. These are the folks with the tickets to get in here. They won this lottery system, if you will, to be in here for this event, and they're running to try to get in there.
Well, and again, it's not that they were necessarily Johnny-come-latelys, because people have been lined up for a very long time. But it takes some time to get through the crowd, to do the walk that you have to do.
Because the streets are cut off.
Oh, yeah.
We had to do some walking to get where we are. But I'm sure for those folks going inside and for us to be a part of this coverage today, it's definitely worth it.
Well, and we want to try and do what we can to keep this observance in a very respectful manner. And we had the conversation that we were not going to linger on all of the things that have come out surrounding the investigation of Michael Jackson and what happened or didn't happen, or what drugs may have been taken or not have been taken, and what doctors may have done, whatever. All of that stuff will have a time and a place, and all of that is still to come. But the time and the place is not now.
Today is the day of celebration.
It's a day of tribute.
Right.
And so that is our goal, that is our mission here on TV One, to be respectful to the life and legacy of Michael Jackson.
And with that, a lot of friends are coming here, friends of Michael Jackson and their family, to pay their respects. And our friends at E! Entertainment Television had an opportunity to catch up with the Reverend Jesse Jackson, who has been a longtime friend and advisor of the family. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Well, there'll be some great artists here. Some who Michael influenced, and those who he was influenced by. And so there's a very quiet religious celebration this morning on the Jehovah's Witnesses discipline, that is their religious order. But there will be a great celebration here today of artists. But beneath all of that is an underbelly of pain. We miss Michael. I would say, to use a baseball analogy, if you look at all of it now, there were home run innings. There were some errors along the way. Some great catches and some drop balls. But at the end of 9 innings, the box score determines the winner. Michael Jackson is a winner.
Reverend Jesse Jackson and so many others who are here, close friends and acquaintances of the family, and all of the other extended family from all over the world who've flown in from places far and near to be here today.
Yeah.
A lot of the fans, as we were talking about this, just simply bought tickets and got on a plane from Europe, from Paris, wherever, just to come, not even knowing if they would be able to get in.
Whether or not they would receive those tickets. There's one interesting story about a man who flew here from Buffalo, landed, he spent about $700 on a plane ticket, found out when he got here that he did receive a ticket, and if you received a ticket, you also got one for a guest. And he met a man at the Staples Center last night from Switzerland and shared his ticket with him. But I know we have Smokey Robinson up and speaking. Let's listen in.
Let's listen. 5 words to express. Michael wanted me to be there for his children, and I will be there if they ever need me. I hope today brings closure for all those who loved him. Thank you, Catherine and Joe, for sharing your son with the world and with me. I send my love and condolences to the Jackson family. Diana Ross. Dear Jackson family, it is with great sadness that we learned of the untimely death of Michael Jackson. Michael became close to us after he started visiting and performing in South Africa regularly. We grew fond of him, and he became a close member of our family. We had great admiration for his talent and that he was able to triumph over tragedy on so many occasions in his life. Michael was a giant and a legend in the music industry, and we mourn with the millions of fans worldwide. We also mourn with his family and his friends over the loss of our dear friend. He will be missed, and memories about him cherished for a very long time. My wife and I, our family, our friends, send you our condolences during this time of mourning. Be strong. Nelson Mandela.
This seems to be a moment of silence or something like this at the Staples Center. We just saw Smokey Robinson paying his respects to the family.
Some of the condolences that came through from Nelson Mandela, from Diana Ross, and particularly Diana Ross. A lot was made here, that, where is she? To have been so close to the family. Was she coming?
Well, being named in the will.
Yeah, and don't think that she obviously made it. She sent in her condolences, and I think Quincy Jones, who was traveling abroad, also said that it would just be too painful for him.
And Elizabeth
to be
Taylor,
here.
who we know was a real good friend of Michael Jackson, said she wanted to grieve privately and would not be here today.
Yeah, so some of the major iconic figures who have been associated with Michael Jackson throughout his life, some of the ones that the people would readily know, are not here for their personal reasons, and I guess you have to respect that.
You do.
While others, went out of their way to make sure that they were here and would not miss it. Others opted not to be here because they just didn't want to get caught up in everything. And again,
That's
it's an
understandable.
emotional time, and people are grieving.
Well, and his ex-wife and the mother of his two eldest children, Debbie Rowe, was invited, but sent out a statement that she would not be here because of what she suspected would be a media frenzy caused by her attendance here. So she opted not to come here today. So it'll be interesting to see who, over the years, Emmanuel Lewis, for example, was close to Michael Jackson at one point. Remember him going to the Grammys with Brooke Shields, and they were good friends. Macaulay Culkin. We'll see if those people show up today.
And aside from all of the celebrities that we know, it's all of the other people. It was very moving for me to. I was over on Hollywood Boulevard at the Michael Jackson Star, just in front of the Kodak Theater.
Yeah.
And it has just been a parade of people, a non-stop parade of people who have stopped to pay condolences and to mourn and to grieve right there in the open, and to put down mementos of him. And there's been a constant police presence there to try and keep the people moving along. It's not been easy to maintain control over that, because that's where people wanted to go.
Well, it's interesting. People, just everyday people who came out here. One woman was interviewed saying she just flew out, didn't have a ticket, didn't think she was going to get one, but she wanted to be here because for all of her life, Michael Jackson and his music has been a part of it, and she wanted to pay her respect.
And that's almost what everyone says. If you begin a conversation with someone about, what a tragedy this is, and they all say, I grew up with his music.
Yeah.
I mean, here's a man that had 40 years of a legacy, a musical legacy,
Right.
that people grew up with, and of course, all of the ladies, all of the young girls, all over the world were in love with Michael Jackson, and you were one of them. I'm sure you wanted to marry him too.
I did. I left him for a second for Jermaine. I fell in love with Jermaine at some point, but my heart, came back to Michael. Yeah, we all grew up that way. Loving the Jacksons and their music. And with Michael Jackson, what was it, 10 albums that he put out over the span of his career? And from the time that he was, 9 or 10 years old.
Yeah. I think at least 18 Grammys.
Yeah.
And not to mention all the countless other awards, MTV Awards, Golden Globes, and so forth. But here's a man whose life has certainly been celebrated. And there's been a lot of conversation about this, that Michael Jackson never really had a chance at normalcy.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, from the time that he was a very little boy, he was already a rising star, then a mega superstar.
Yeah.
Just the simple pleasure of being able to go to a grocery store, if you take pleasure in that, or to go out to a pickup basketball game, or to go to a movie, to go on a date.
Right.
Something very simple. And he spoke about the opportunities that